you here see this, where do you see blessed are the pure of heart? Matthew 5 and Luke 6. I think this is Luke 9. In Luke chapter 6 we have the Sermon on the Plain. Matthew chapter 5 with the Sermon on the Mount. Blessed are the pure of heart. What does it mean your heart is pure? What does it mean? Write it down. If you copy this, you have to write it down. Number 3. The pure of heart means pure of heart is seeing all there is of the things that are good. Seeing all there is. Seeing all there is of the things that are good. By seeing all things, all there is of the things that are good, we always see everything in the light of eternity. We always see things in the light of eternity. You watch MTV. You know MTV? Has anyone seen MTV? Whenever I see my son watching it, I ask him to switch it. You know, that's, you know, if you watch MTV, there's nothing there. There's nothing. I mean nothing. Nothing about eternity. Nothing. So one with a pure heart is seeing all there is of the things that are good. In other words, those that will pull you up rather than pull you down. Up meaning closer to God, down meaning further away from God. That's pure. Before you decide to do anything, ask yourself, will this get me closer to heaven or further away from heaven? Understand? That's a big question to ask. That's the meaning of blessed are the pure of heart. Remember, everything that God created is good. Everything. And what happens to the pure of heart? This is actually the result of number 1. Because of our daily conversion, we develop, and we are being blessed with a pure heart. But again, underline daily here. Conversion is not something that you do and then forget about it. It's daily. Cada dia. Every day. I have a prayer. I saw a prayer, I read a prayer. This woman was praying in the morning. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning. And she was praying, Lord, as you can see, I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't put down anybody. I haven't said anything evil about anybody. I feel I'm being very good now, today, right now. And then she wakes up. She finally stands up and starts getting ready to go out. What she is implying is, when we wake up, there's no sin yet. After we step out the door, sin sets in. Then we start seeing people. Then we start talking about people. Then we start whatever. You understand? Next, 23rd. Luke 9, the mistaken Messiah. Who do people say that I am? I've talked about this countless times before. Jesus, only Jesus could have done that. latest poll. When you watch the TV, there's another poll, right? X% of Americans feel this and that. Now, this poll was taken by Jesus by asking, who do people say that I am? And you, who do you say that I am? And they have different answers, right? How many percent says this? How many percent says that? Now, which opinion really matters after all, anyway? Whose opinion matters after all? Does your wife's or husband's opinion matter? Your own opinion. What did you say? No?
I don't have husband.
Because you don't have one. That's a quick no.
Not applicable.
Not applicable. Okay. So, does your spouse's opinion matter? Does it or no? It depends. If it's about your family life, family business, maybe it does. But when it comes to eternity, it doesn't. Because when it comes to spiritual matters, only God's opinion matters. Only God's opinion is important to us. In other words, what I'm telling you is, if you need to do what you need to do, regardless of what others say, as long as it's God's will, you do it. You do it. That's what I can say about the poll. What matters in life is not what others think. I like that. We are too conscious about what others would say. Right? We're too conscious about what others would think. If you see me walking on 42nd Street by myself, what will you think? Okay, 43rd. What would you think? As usual, no answer. Okay. Again, what matters in life is not what others think. That's why we come to Bible class. Because we try hard to learn here, not to worry about what others think, but what God thinks. Is that clear? Next, personal convictions. You know what Jesus had to do in order to, concerning personal convictions? The people that he called were rough fishermen. You know how fishermen were? Even now, if you go to the fishing villages in Alaska, or fishing villages here in the lower 48, what is one general feature of a rough fisherman? They're not refined, they're not well-mannered, right? They're rough because they're used to living in the rough seas. And they're rough fishermen. Generally, the people that Jesus took were not really highly educated people. They're fishermen from Galilee. And Jesus had to convert them to become apostles. Now, so you ask yourself, you have to write here, personal conviction, who is Jesus to you? Who is Jesus to me? Write it down. Who is Jesus to me? The song says, And they will know we are Christians by our love. Right? The way you speak, the way you act, will show how well you believe in Jesus Christ. That's your personal conviction. It's not really what you say. It's not really what you portray. It's really who you are. Actors, they act what they are not, trying to make us believe that they have become someone else. Those are called hypocrites, right? Hypocrites are actors because they portray roles that they're not. Now, you can probably, it says here, there's no truth that will not be revealed. But the fact of the matter is, it will come out. The truth will come out. Nothing hidden will not be revealed. Nothing. The Bible says that. It's in this week's Gospel. Now, the Pharisees got it wrong. The Pharisees got it wrong because they're the elders and they rejected the Messiah. The Bible says the stone which the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. Again, in Luke 9:23, right after this, in Luke 9, chapter 18, verse 23, that's where Jesus says, if anyone wants to follow me, he must deny himself, or renounce himself, take up his cross and follow me. That's Luke 9, verse 23. That's right after this. But that's not what the Pharisees, that's why the Pharisees got it wrong. Saturday is here. This is Saturday. Luke 9, the gift of faith. Last week I told you two things. Seeing is believing, right? Do you believe that there's electricity here? Yeah? You believe that? Have you seen electricity?
No.
How come you believe that there's electricity when you don't see it?
There's some evidence of the electricity.
Oh, you want evidence now? I'm surprised to hear that. You want evidence?
Of the electricity.
But it's just natural to us, right? Flip the switch, there's light, there's electricity. But we haven't seen electricity. But when it comes to spiritual matters, there seems to be problems everywhere. If Jesus can raise the dead back to life, what's wrong believing that Jesus will be present, body, blood, soul, and divinity in the bread and wine? What is so hard to take about that? The way I take John chapter 6 is very simple. Jesus says, this is my body. Jesus says, this is my blood. Who would dare to say otherwise? Who? Jesus said that. This is my body. Why does it seem so difficult for some to believe it? Jesus says, this is my blood. What's the problem? Believing. They believe in electricity. The reason for that is, this is natural. The level is just up to natural. Our level is far more than that. We have the supernatural.